Jesus declares that today he is guiding you by his benevolence rather than through harshness. Contrary to what you have been taught, this is a misrepresentation. When I decide to bring about a change in your life, I will lead you with my benevolence and facilitate your transition with kindness and blessings. The Father affirms that he does not value hardship or harshness, as it is his kindness and goodness that ultimately inspire repentance. I suggest that you embrace a mindset at this moment that will govern your actions during a future period where everything you engage with results in positive outcomes. I am leading you to that destination, which is the specific period for which I have chosen you as a potential candidate. I have nominated you as a recipient of a blessing, which will cleanse your mind of the polluted mindset of denial and rejection. The Father affirms that he is not rejecting you, but rather perfecting you. I am drawing you nearer to me with both tenderness and unwavering resolve, causing you to experience intense warmth. The Father declares that he is a fire, specifically an all-consuming fire. The religious beliefs and thoughts written on paper will not only be abandoned but complete, as you transition from being someone who is merely taught about God by those who lack knowledge, to becoming someone who embodies and demonstrates the complete range of his grace. God proclaims that today he has prepared a seat for you at his table. The Father assures you that you will not be last but will be first. You will be foremost in blessings and favor. The benefits of the cross are attainable and reachable to your heart's plea. Express your voice today, declares the Father, for it is time to transition from dubious desires to the realization of hope and liberation. I have reserved a seat for you at my table. The chair is positioned outward, and the tableware is meticulously set. The essence of my favor and grace is granted to you. This is a moment to dismiss pessimism. This is not the moment for sarcasm or a pessimistic perspective. Individuals who assert they can and those who assert they cannot are both correct, as their expectations are self-fulfilling. Resolve to recognize every positive aspect I have facilitated in your life. The Father asserts, trust me. Place your trust in me, and you shall not experience shame, uncertainty, or a lack of answers. I possess solutions to all challenges, and there is not a single barrier or disadvantage that is not being dismantled now. Today, God declares that I am instilling within you the Christ viewpoint. While the disciples were paddling during the tempest, they perceived my approach but mistakenly believed I was a specter. They had not previously witnessed the water-walking Christ before that moment. Do not fear the unfamiliar, dear one, for there are numerous aspects of me that you have yet to discover. Nothing is holy in the commonplace. The customs of humanity and the constraints they establish around me are obliterated in an instant of illuminating revelation of precisely who I am among you. Understand that I am not a distant deity. I am as near to you as your hands and feet, and I will enable you to acknowledge me and perceive the imprint of my presence in your life. My influence traverses the obscured facets of your consciousness to evoke enlightenment and awareness. You have known me, declares the Father, but henceforth you shall know me as I am known. God proclaims that today marks the end of ignorance, as I am renewing your vision. I am introducing a kingdom perspective to your views, transforming what once seemed like insurmountable obstacles into mere fabrications of the adversary that will ultimately falter before my promise. The Father proclaims, I am both above and below you. I am adjacent to and following you. I am proceeding ahead into a new day with sustenance, resources, and favor. The flavor will be so abundant that it will feel as if you are traversing through warm honey. I will manifest extraordinary, even peculiar, manifestations of gold, silver, and feathers. What is the reason? I am heavenly and not solely constrained to solemnity. I also encompass manifestations of divine whimsy that will uplift your spirit and enable you to experience the entirety of the love and romance I am cultivating in your life. Today, God is proclaiming that His wind is descending upon you. The divine breath emanates from all directions of splendor to find its resting place upon you and within you. My will is subject to no one and governed by no one, for it is the will of my sovereignty and my independence over your matters. I have discovered and selected you as a sanctuary for the unyielding wind that persistently manifests in your existence. As I approached Adam and Eve, swirling in the breezes, my sound resonated within you. You will perceive my voice and recognize that my internal forces are transforming and reorganizing your essence, aligning you completely with my nature. The Father declares that your heart is His chosen sanctuary, therefore, repose with Him today. As you perceive the surrounding world from His tranquil vantage, you will experience an unprecedented manifestation of His power and presence. God asserts today that you are certainly not a failure. Your Father asserts that you are not a loser. You have seen into the mirror, yet you have not perceived what I perceive. I assess you and your life based on the possible impact of my contributions. It is time for an elevation adjustment. Ascend and perceive your true self as I define you, independent of your life, circumstances, or the judgments of the uninformed. The Father states that your comprehension is being accelerated. I am enhancing your comprehension to align with my thoughts and intentions since I am pursuing something significant in your life, and you will like the result. Therefore, go to express your gratitude towards me. Rejoice, for it will be worthwhile, the delightful revelation of heaven manifesting today. This is a day of transformation, favor, and breakthrough. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God asserts that you still possess a future today. Your tomorrows are secure in my grasp, impervious to theft by the enemy. Through human disobedience, the adversary has restricted access. Nonetheless, both time and circumstance remain solely within my authority. I am a deity who reverses the past and bestows triumph and restoration upon individuals whose fortunes were obscured by the passage of time. The Father advises against living in regret. Do not permit nostalgic reflections of the past to deprive you of the promising and fortunate futures that lie ahead. Items you have deemed lost will be retrieved. Unexpected delightful surprises await you, despite your belief that you have experienced everything. The Father proclaims that His mercies are renewed each morning. Your life is refreshed with my mercies, so do not despair. Do not be disheartened or dissuaded in any kind. Life has merely commenced, it is not concluded. God proclaims today that I am the incandescent lamp and the smoldering furnace among you. During Abraham's age, I confirmed the covenant that initiated the most significant generational blessing ever bestowed upon humanity. This covenant was ratified by a simple animal sacrifice. What is the magnitude of the covenant I have established with you via the holy blood of my Son? The Father declares, I have come among you this day. I am traversing the members of the living sacrifice that you have dedicated to my throne. My actions with Abraham and his descendants are nothing compared to what I am accomplishing in your life now. No adversary shall prevail against you during your life. All needs will be addressed. Your life will be extensive and replete with days. You shall live and not perish. The Father declares, I will lead you to your prosperous destination. Place your expectations in me, for I shall never fail you nor abandon you. God proclaims today that my dread is pure. All other fears are impure. I am expelling the impure worries of existence from your surroundings and your life. The contamination of fear is disappearing from you, and the pure fear of the Lord is emerging to facilitate your ascension experience in me. The initial spirit among the 7 spirits of my being is the spirit of the fear of the Lord. My terror obliterates shyness, hesitation, and hesitance. My dread motivates you to summon the strength to ascend as a principality and a power to vanquish the adversary who has perpetually misled, deceived, and threatened you. Embrace your fear, declares the Father, because I am humbling myself to bestow upon you the spirit of the fear of the Lord. In this outpouring, there exists elevation, entitlement, and access to my presence and my throne. This is the splendor and radiance of my grace and power that is bestowed upon you today. Today, God indicates that the disruption in your life is a result of your design and intention. You will have the opportunity to transcend what may appear as a distraction and annoyance, yet, the Lord advises you to regard this as a Selah moment. The rhythms and demands of daily life have conspired to prevent you from accessing several opportunities for personal liberation. It is time to assert control over your life and establish your agenda following my plan, rather than succumbing to the demands of others. There will perpetually be an additional demand, a subsequent catastrophe, or another pressing issue requiring your attention. Your existence does not revolve around acquiescing to the demands of urgent or demanding voices that believe their harsh tones warrant a response. Resolve to reject the puerile and immature demands of others and assert your autonomy as a seeker of the kingdom. By doing so, you will encounter a fulfilled prayer and a kingdom adventure that you have long anticipated and awaited. I am a deity of unexpected events, and divine favor is bestowed onto your life today, declares the Father. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God asserts today that wealth is influenced by the Spirit, and my fundamental essence is to facilitate the abundant flow of provision in your life. The Father states that He is not constrained by a budget. I am not impoverished, and there is nothing divine or appropriate about lacking resources or experiencing deficiencies in any regard. Rest assured that I am a devoted Father who provides for my own, and you are under my protection, including in financial matters. Commence thinking and behaving like a wealth-conscious individual rather than a poverty-stricken subordinate. Consider my grace and my supply when assessing your value, states the Father. No further deficiency. Eliminate poverty. I did not become impoverished as a lesson for you. I became impoverished so that you could get wealth. Some say that this pertains solely to spiritual wealth. This represents ignorance at its finest and blatant dishonesty at its worst. The Father instructs, seek me for provision. Trust in me for improvement and abundance, as today God asserts that your validation originates from me and not from any other source. The Father asserts, I am your validation. The Father asserts that neither your social status nor the favorable judgments of others provide worth to your existence. Avoid seeking validation from others regarding the significance of your existence or the usefulness of your time. I have consecrated you, and it is my cloak upon you that differentiates you from the futility of unproductive religious endeavors. I did not contact you to engage in the concerns and tasks imposed by those in positions of religious superiority. They expound on their imperatives and obligations. However, the Father asserts that only one essential and transformational action exists: to position oneself at my feet and acquire my teachings. Therefore, avoid even looking at those who believe their thoughts hold significance. Allow my vision to be your sole guide and instructor, and you will expedite your journey towards the imminent destiny that awaits everyone who dedicates themselves exclusively to my influence. God proclaims today that I am instigating within you the visionary response. You will soon perceive my realm in an unprecedented manner. While others perceive just challenges and turmoil, you will find joy in recognizing the kingdom. Amidst profound darkness and uncertainty, you will perceive with clarity and precision my actions in your life. Others may comment on the strength of your faith, although they lack comprehension due to their inability to perceive. You will attempt to demonstrate to them what I am revealing to you, and you will inquire, do you not perceive what God is accomplishing? However, they will remain oblivious, as they have committed their entire spiritual experience to the act of not perceiving. Some individuals inside my household have gained notoriety for blinding visionary kids and daughters. I will position you in their trajectory, and they will direct their religious aggression at you. They will assert that you are incapable of seeing. They will assert that the vision I provided is erroneous. The Father instructs us to observe and laugh at them, for throughout the night when they deride and scorn your vision, they shall be visited, and I will reveal myself to them. Those who return and repent will be welcomed into a new glory in my presence. Those who do not will be relegated to obscurity as you advance towards my greater intentions, declares the Father. God speaks now. My residence represents hospitality rather than judgment. I am eliminating distrust and accusation while fostering acceptance and favor among my children. The Father asserts that love is infallible, and my spirit of love and acceptance is mobilizing my providence in answer to your supplications. I am supporting the shattered and the devastated. I am dismantling the edifices of disappointment. The marginalized and sorrowful will once more seek refuge in my abode, as they have in the past, for I am currently residing in the dwelling of my splendor. The Father proclaims that His voice resonates in your territory. My angels are conveying my audible voice to guide others from captivity. They will hear my voice instructing, depart from this location to a place I will reveal, where you shall be established as an isolated individual among kin. Similar to Lot in Sodom, some will be grasped by the hand and escorted from tainted abodes that have perverted my gospel. It is a new day, declares the Father. Be ready to embrace those I send to you, loving and accepting them as gifts from my hand. Today, God declares that He is bestowing a stream of His grace upon this location. I am channeling the streams of my blessing into your life to nourish the plants of yesteryear. The unsuccessful harvests and scorched fields of the past will flourish, and you will take pleasure in the crops planted long ago, which you had lost hope of reaping. The Father states that He meticulously records every act of obedience, every sacrifice, and every resource you have devoted to Him. I will reimburse, augment, and enable you to experience the entirety of my generosity and grace. The Father proclaims joy. Let there be festivity. Consume the fat, imbibe the sweet, engage in the dance, and vocalize the song of the redeemed. I am bestowing my benevolence upon your residence today. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks. God declares today that I am restoring sight to the blind. Many remain unaware of the impact of my grace in your life, but this is evolving. Prepare to examine those resolute souls and seek the fissure in their disbelief. When you observe their weakness, invest your affection in them. Impart to them the profound essence of my spirit, and although they may reject or endure it, it will ultimately be futile, for your love has been bestowed onto them, and they can never evade my unwavering affection. Your task today is to extend love to those who are difficult to love. Even those who have despised, deceived, and defamed you. Adore them. Liberate them and bestow your blessings upon them. By doing so, you will elevate your heart from burdensomeness into the realm of my joy, peace, and authority. Today, God states that the grievance of the uninformed will be that people who have disrupted the globe have also arrived here. I am placing you with individuals who transform culture and influence the planet. You are the principality and the authority, declares the Father. Place the snake beneath your feet and unleash the force of your faith against the barriers opposing my truth and my gospel. The positive news prevails. My gospel is elevating within you and being disseminated by you. Cease to restrain oneself due to the judgments of others. I am dismantling the spirits of fear and mental bondage that have attacked you. They claimed you were incapable, although the Father asserts that your potential resides within Him, and you will no longer be obstructed by the deceptions of the adversary. This is your share, and today marks a pivotal moment for you. You will undergo irrevocable change. God declares that the era of veils and secrets has concluded, and the moment has arrived to dispel the fog of ignorance. This is a day of lucidity and confidence. The Father assures your heart today. Do not fear the adversary's afflictions or the menaces of the malevolent. They are incapable of breaching the boundary I have established around you. I have infused every item, connection, and your entire environment with the energizing essence of the Son's blood. I have marked you today so that you may contemplate my thoughts and recognize them as your own. We are united, and I am harmonizing your spirit with my spirit, enabling you to experience the elevation associated with my status. You exist inside me, and I exist within you. It is time to realize the ascension of my purpose and grace within your existence. Before the video continues, I request you to help by super thanks.